Okay, so you're going to need your UV resin. This is the one that I like. It's Let's Resin UV resin. I take a long-handled, thin paintbrush. I get these, I throw them away all the time, so I know it's wasteful, but they get hard. I get like 100 pack of them and use these for everything. I have these, I don't know where I got them. I had a whole bunch of them from years and years ago. But these are great because you can use them over and over again and wipe them out. This is not silicone, it's plastic, but it is the way to go. And because it's little dishes, I can drop my resin inside and it helps it from using too much. Some people use the bottle. It uses too much. This way you can regulate your drops inside. So I start inside the head and work my way back, and I do about 4 or 5, and then I turn my light on, and I have my light right here. One thing to remember when you're doing your droplets, you have to do your light and cure it just for a couple seconds and let it set, because the resin starts to spread. So I start at the mouth to the bottom, and I'm only doing it on where I have my 1 layer of resin, which you can see in there. And so my eyes are secure because I poured it to make sure it covered its eyes yesterday. And it has to be cured for you to be able to do this properly. The reason why I go this way and back is because sometimes I do dribble. You'll do droplets that you didn't want to. That's okay, you can wipe them off. You just take a baby wipe it off. Until you put it under the light, it's not going to harden. I do the big ones first, and then I fill it in with a bunch of little ones. And I did not give myself enough resin here because it goes fast. It's a very fast process. This is the only part of the frog that I'm going to be doing the bubbles on. You can do your chameleon powder after you do the bubbles. Pour another clear layer all the way up to the feet. Do more bubbles up in the legs and feet, and then do your final opaque colored or whatever you want to do layer. One thing to remember, I do not recommend doing the toes with UV resin. They stay sticky for a long time no matter how long you try to cure them. You can put pearls or jewels or any color you want. You can do anything with them. I just do the whole thing the same because it looks better. And last time I did bubbles on the arms and legs, it is a little bit of overkill, and I'm a less is more girl. If you've seen what I do, I'm not a lot of glitter, and I like shimmer, but I don't like chunks and chunks of glitter. All right, so let's get going. I'm going to tilt it, and I'm going to do some big ones. You might not be able to see, but that's okay. You'll be able to see the next ones. I just get a little on my paintbrush, and I go dot, 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 dot. You'll be able to see them in a second once I go a little bit further. Dot and dot and dot. And it's really hard to kind of see, and I just put my lamp there. You can use a pen if you want, one of those pen lights. This is easier to grab and put it in and pull it out. You don't even really need to turn it off. Just move it out of the way because you're going to be using it a lot. All right, I did a couple of like medium-sized ones. And if you screw one up, you just dot over it and make it a big one. Okay, so it's going to start coming into your view soon. And here we go. We'll do a couple there. Your pattern forms itself. You don't have to be all type A about it. You're going to drop some here and there too. It really doesn't matter. It's supposed to look like raindrops, basically. The bubbles are supposed to be raindrops on the frog. Okay, so I think you can kind of start to see them. Let me see if I don't want to move my light. Hang on a second. Let me get you a better light. I forgot to turn my overhead on. There we go. It might be a little brighter for you. I didn't want to get too close because I don't want to knock my head on my phone. I usually don't have my phone in here because I don't want to get resin on it. All right, so we're doing our dots. But like this so you can see, just a couple seconds. I'll do a long cure on the whole one, the whole body, once it's all done. So I've done some medium size, some large ones. I know it's hard to see. Let me show you. Let me turn it around this way. So the eyes were in with UV resin already. And I'm starting to do the dots, and I'm just going to continue on down the body, doing big ones and small ones. I'm going to turn the camera off, turn it back on again once I've done all my dots and cured it, and then we're going to go over where the chameleon powder goes and what the next steps and layers are.